Hi everybody, welcome to another episode on the Agogo series. I am Osagbori Sunshine, your host. On today's episode, we will be reviewing a story which we titled Dynamyte. It is a story about an ambitious young girl caught up between two puzzling situations, wanting to venture into a particular line of career which society peers parents seem to downgrade and disapprove of due to the high expectation they have of her being one of the best in school. She desires to achieve her goals, but then should she disobey her parents who sponsors her education? Do watch out for the story coming up next on your screen. Enjoy!
Everyone deserves a little bit of attention. Just maybe the most jovial person isn't the happiest. I looked into depression some time ago when I had to help a friend preview his project on depression. People are messed up and we don't pay attention to details. They give signs. They let us know something is wrong, but we don't see. I had so many things in life which I wanted to do because of the passion I had for them. But Papa and Mama doesn't want them for me, probably because they have low recognition or doesn't birth fat income. Of course, I could be a medical doctor, a lawyer, a microbiologist, a biochemist if I wanted. But I swear, I never wanted any of those. I simply wanted adventure. I wanted a life of my own. Not one that is worried about losing paycheck or pension. I eventually did not know what I wanted. I was all over the place. Ending up in the science department was a bad move for me, I guess. All I wanted was answers to my questions. I never liked professions. I wasn't knowledgeable. I was clueless, even though I loved schooling. I was one of the top in my class. However, I was not that kind of person who says, "Oh, I want to become a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant," like my dad always wanted. I just wanted something I love, something I would do and be happy. I just wanted someone to sit me down and tell me why I should be in that particular field. Because of the money? The prospects, or because I am brilliant? What about my passion? What about what brings me joy? I needed answers, but I wasn't given any. Not from my parents, none from my pitiful school. For a while, there was a time I got so tired of reading to pass, to please people, parents, teachers, and not really because I wanted it. Maybe if my parents and teachers had tried to observe me closely, they would have asked why I stopped trying. Maybe my friends would have asked why I lost my supposed to be position as the head girl to someone who was never even a competition. I was basically alone to my choices, but God was watching over. In the course of trying to please my parents, I ended up making a choice I am never happy with. Now, I am left alone, to face it alone. Well, whatever I lay hands on, I know I will be prosperous one day, by God's grace. I just want there to be less hungry people in the world, and someone to say to me, "Because of you, I didn't give up." Some things are inevitable. However, you go through them to grow. It has been the end for some people. For some, they found their way through, while it made some stronger. Being a parent, you need to know your child's strengths and weakness, Notice slight changes and all in them. It is harder on teens because your growth hormones messes with them. Give them some little privacy, and your words of encouragement might just be what they need. To every teenager, I know it is hard, but it becomes harder when you keep quiet. You die bit by bit. A chunk of you is being cut daily till there is nothing, and it becomes the end. If no one knows you, you have a friend in Jesus. I did not realize until later how much of importance his role is. But everything changes when he is involved. Where you see a problem, get a solution instead of a bigger problem. Surround yourself with positivity. I used to think bad company can never corrupt my manners. Not until I saw it in different ways. It simply disrupts your mentality until you realize you begin to think, speak, and make decisions like they do. Now, this can be the beginning of a disaster. When choosing a path in life, be ready for the hard work. Choose something you can do even when the world is falling apart. Choose something that will wake you up in the middle of the night to still work passionately. It gets better, but it might not necessarily get easier. If you're confused, stressed, and tired, if there is no one to speak to, God is right there to heal the bleeding heart. The wrong choice is an irreversible action. However, first admit it's your fault. Admit you were wrong. Admit you could have done better or taken a better route. That's the first step of healing. Then you accept what you have. Accept your mistakes. The family that might not want you. Accept everything you think is wrong. And above all, accept God. And you will see that there would be some light in that wrong. It only gets better. When you need to worry about the present, work on the past for the present and also towards the future. Lastly, don't forget, you might just be human, but the devil is scared of the abilities and greatness you carry in you.
Welcome back! I believe you all listened closely to the story and you were able to grasp a lot. So, as we always do at the end of each story, key questions are raised. Our questions for you are: how best can a parent help a child's future ambition? Should it be by imposing their choice on the child or by supporting their child's passion? The second question is: what advice would you give to the young adults who are caught up being involved in the line of career they lack passion for due to peer and societal pressure? Well, I would not agree on the fact that parents should impose their choices on their children. Instead, they should fuel the passion of that child. In as much as your child wants to become a lawyer and you want him or her to become a doctor, you should be able to let that child know that yes, he can achieve his dreams. You should be able to encourage him. You should not force him to be a doctor, because at the end of the day, this child is not doing or is not working in that field because he loves it. He is doing it just to please you. And at the end of the day also, you will discover that you've wasted several time or several years of that child when he is supposed to grow. So you now see him coming back to study that thing he initially wanted to study because you did not allow him to study what he wanted to study. So our advice, parents, please don't force your children, don't force your child to do what he doesn't want to do, especially what he doesn't have passion for. At a tender age, fuel his passion, and you see him doing big things.
Okay, so I would go with the motion that every parent should support their child's ambition they should support their child's passion, what the child wants to do, not dictate on the child what the child should do, what they think is right for the child. In as much as they are shepherds, people that take care of us, that look over us as youths, the parents should allow us to explore ourselves, to have a life of our own. Because if a parent forces a child to do what the child does not want to do, it's as good as saying the child is living for the parent. The child is not living to his or her best maximum or full potential. Like, for example, now let's say a child wants to be a footballer, and that parent, when the parent gave birth to the child, has envisioned the child to become a doctor. A conflict will come. There will be a conflict because the child wants to be a footballer, the parent wants the child to be a doctor, and the child might not be doing well academically as regards the profession. But when it comes to football, when it comes to the field, the child knows how to do that very well and finds passion doing it. Like, he's joyful doing it, or she's joyful doing that particular thing she wants to do. If the parent eventually forces that child to go to school to become a doctor, it becomes a problem. Because if the child is the kind of child that does not know how to navigate things, or does not know how to go through this life according to the situation, let's say the child is a kind of child that, if it's this thing I'm going for, I should go for it. The child is not a person that can deal or handle situations, that will become a problem, because the child will be struggling in school. Even if the parents find a way to put the child in school, maybe through bribery, or maybe by forcing the child to read and read and read and read, the child will be unhappy. The child will not be efficient and effective in that field that the child is doing. It's better we do things that we can find joy and happiness doing, than doing things that we just want to do. And if the child does not give up along the way, or does not run away from the house, or does not do anything otherwise, let's say the child just decides, okay, let me just make my parents happy, the child will not find joy in doing that thing, and the child will not be effective and efficient. He or she will not work to to his or her maximum potential. They won't do that. They might be struggling. They might not exercise. They might not explore that field that they are in. Their mind might just be restricted to, they want me to be a doctor, so let me just be a doctor. So I actually think every single parent should support a child's passion. Advice I would give is open your mind. Open your mind. Don't shut your mind. You're in the line of career already. Now, don't say, I'm just here because my parents want me to be here. No, look beyond that. Look beyond that. See it as an opportunity or a stepping stone to achieving your set goal, your set ambition, your set purpose. See it as an opportunity to achieving that. Open your mind. Be open to receive ideas, to receive opportunities. Don't have a closed mind, because when you have a closed mind, you will not be able to see the little opportunities attached to that thing. Okay, so the next advice I would give to young adults is say no to pressure. Negative pressure. Say no to negative pressure. See, as long as you are in that field of study, you are determined to do great and excellent. As long as you make up your mind, you must just excel. If you make up your mind that, okay, this is not where I find passion in, but I decide to make sure that I become something from this, I achieve something from this, you will, as long as you make up your mind. You can take a horse to the river, but you can never force it to drink water, except the horse wants to drink water. So you are the master, you are the builder of your own destiny. Destiny has placed you, or life has placed you in that course. Life has placed you in that course, or in that line of career. What you need to do now is make up your mind, be determined, be determined, be focused, say no to pressure, negative kind of pressure.
I believe as children grow, their minds begin to get exposed to certain things, and their interest and passion begins to expand. It begins to expand, and you might not be able to determine a child's future when he or she is at a very tender age. The only thing you can do as a parent is to watch the child's growth, passion, strength, and weakness. And having observed those areas, you can then support by either mentoring the child or investing on the child's skill and passion, provided it is something that adds value to humanity. I'll repeat that again, provided it is something that adds value to humanity. And for those caught up being involved in career lines they are not interested in, well, I believe you can actually venture into those career lines you are interested in. I believe you can become what you are passionate of. What you are studying in school could just be like a plus to your passion. Yes, for example, as a science student, you can still be found displaying your talents and your hearts with the right platforms, and also by connecting with the people who are involved in it. So yes, you can become that thing you are passionate of. You can really become that thing you are passionate of.
Parents are not wrong for wanting a particular line of career, like having expectations of their child. Yes, they have been around for a while, and they just want they have experienced things that have shaped their perception of reality. Yes, so them wanting something for their child is not wrong. Okay, say for example, the mom lived in a particular community once, and then someone studied hard, became a doctor, another person is really successful, and she's like, oh okay, I want this for my child. It's not a wrong thing. Okay, it's not wrong. But I feel like parents should listen to their children. Yes, because children know a lot too. They really do know a lot, and they should be listened to. Yes, and what they say should be taken seriously. Yes. So from this story, I would say that the way she goes about it matters. Okay, so and then her reason for this particular line of career she wants to go into, it has to be totally it has to be real, because it has to be, because sometimes people make mistakes. They think they want something that they really don't want. Okay, so maybe out of peer pressure or something, they think that out of peer pressure they think that they want something, but it's really not them. It's just what people tell. Okay, maybe someone looks at a child now because the child is really brilliant or like great in sciences, and they're like, oh, you'd make a really great doctor, and then that child cannot see eye to eye with blood. But because everyone says you'd make a really great doctor, the child starts to believe it too, that they would make a great doctor. So this person has to really analyze the situation. So if you want something, doesn't mean you shouldn't keep your other options open. Okay, doesn't mean that you should stop your education to just pursue something else. You don't have to do that. You can take it one step at a time or something. Yeah, you can, because it's still there, and you can, little steps matter.
Okay, I think parents should not impose their own choice on their children, but just allow the kids go through self-discovery and then support and guide them on their own choice of career. Now, imagine forcing the child to go and study law or medicine when the child does not want to study that particular course. Nothing will fuel the child's passion. Now, the child will come out not fulfilled, not doing the course happily, the child will come out regretting and all that. So parents just allow the children discover what makes them happy.
So my lovely people, we have come to the end of today's episode. I'm sure you were able to jot down some key points, and I just want you to drop your comments in the comment section below. I want you to also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Igbinosa TV, and also on our various social media platforms on Facebook and on Instagram at Igbinosa TV. And don't forget to share this video to someone. Share to your family, share to your friends. Don't be stingy. Yeah, thank you so much. I want you guys to anticipate for our next episode, episode 6. I'll see you there. I love you. Mwah.